Bold and understanding here. I'm here to get my post analysis on the Tank Davis and the Frank Martin fight. The fight went exactly, well, I'm not going to say exactly, but it went how I thought it was going to go at the end of the day. Like I said, man, it's levels to this. It's levels. So the only thing that really surprised me with the Frank Martin situation is the fact that he was able to pretty much get the first 5 rounds off on Tank Davis. Really just like hitting him with some good shots and stuff, but them shots really didn't have any real effect on Tank Davis, even though his face was marked up. You know what I'm saying? I believe Tank Davis put mental pressure on Frank Martin to the point that he was mentally fatigued. What I mean by that, he just kept the pressure on Frank Martin. He brought it to Frank Martin, whereas though Frank Martin shot his whole load out, was hitting Tank, but then realized he wasn't even hurting Tank at all. So much to the point that now Frank Martin is laying on the ropes and Tank just kept coming. So first 5 rounds, yes, I did give that to Frank Martin. However, once the 6th round came around, you could tell the tide started to turn. Tank Davis pressure was starting to come. He started landing punches, especially like these body punches and stuff like that. And you could tell Frank was starting to tire out a little bit. But his athleticism, as far as with the boxing, the wrestling background, the football background, it was holding up for a minute. Once the 7th round got here, Tank Davis really started to take over. He really started to take over. It was nothing Frank Martin could really do. So much to the point that it was starting to look obvious. It was just starting to look like curtains was about to close. So after the 7th round, the 8th round came around, and of course Tank Davis ended up getting a knockout, getting a stoppage with a beautiful knockout. I mean, we're talking about an uppercut, and then he hit his ass with a left on top of that. So caught Frank Martin on the ropes, and that was, to his demise. It was pretty much it. I can't really blame Derrick James for this situation, because I know Derrick James been catching a lot of heat. But to me, Frank Martin has been doing better, you know what I'm saying, in this fight than what Errol Spence did in his fight against Terrence Crawford. So you could tell the guy's there, but like I said, it's levels to this joint, and it was only a matter of time, man. It was definitely a matter of time. I know people was preaching that Frank Martin was going to be his toughest opponent to date. He was a slick fighter and all that other stuff. I just never saw it whatsoever. I didn't see anything slickness about Frank Martin. He was athletic, yes, but he wasn't slick, in my opinion. Also, the fact of the matter is just Tank just got too much experience. And congratulations to him. Like I said, I'm not really the biggest Tank fan. I'm really, I've been as, like, don't get me wrong, like, I like Tank, but a lot of times I get on my nerves with some shit, picking certain fights, safe fights and all that other stuff. But the man been performing. I can't really take that away from him. I mean, the man got skills at the end of the day. I just wish he would fight, the top of the top, you know what I'm saying? Fight like a Shakur Stevenson. That's what I want to see. That's the fight really the fans want at the end of the day. Now that he broke away from Floyd Mayweather, allegedly, we shall see if the fight with Shakur Stevenson be made or not. It's funny that, seem like they want to push I'm not saying Tank himself, but it seemed like the promotional company want to push for the Tank Davis versus Vasily Lomachenko, now that Lomachenko has already passed his prime. Yeah, he did look good against, the guy Vasily Lomachenko just stopped. I forgot his name, but anyway. Kambosos. He did look good against Kambosos, but really that's not even a hard thing to look good against, unless you Teofimo Lopez. But at the end of the day, if that fight be made, I just think Tank, at this point of his career compared to Lomachenko, I just think he will pretty much win the fight over Loma. But the fight Tank should really be having is against Shakur Stevenson. in my personal opinion. With that being said, you watching Bold and Understanding. Rate, comment, and subscribe. And on the end of that note, family, peace.